To who? Everybody. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith. Your faith to faith. What does that mean? That means it goes from faith to faith. There might be times that John the Baptist, when he was out there, he had a lot of faith. The Messiah's coming. Jesus showed up, said, I want to get baptized. I said, man, I don't even deserve to touch your sandals. He said, it doesn't matter. This is what it's written. You're going to do it. But then his faith became weak. He's in prison. He's behind the prison bars. No one's come to visit. Jesus hadn't come to visit. And now all of a sudden, his faith has wavered. Your faith changes. Does that make sense? I mean, we believe, but sometimes our faith also doesn't believe. So he went back and he told his disciples, go find out if this is really Christ. Guess what? He was. That helped John. That helped John's faith. From faith to faith, it is written, the just shall live by faith. How shall we live? By faith. The just is the Christian. The just, we live by faith. We believe that God is on our side and that no matter what happened, what has happened, God's plan. God had a plan. Sometimes we don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand some of the things that happen, but I do know this, God's in charge. And so the just live by faith. How do we believe? We believe that God's in charge. He knows what He's doing. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Oh, God's upset to who? The ungodly, the unrighteous men that hold the truth. They know Jesus died on the cross. They know. They just don't want to accept Christ. Because that which may be known of God is manifested in them, for God has showed it unto them. Did He show it to them? Yes. For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. What are they? No excuses. Where's your homework? The dog gave it. You know, did you check the oil? You know, I meant to. We have all kinds of excuses for not living for God. We have all kinds of excuses for not being the best Christian that we should be. We got a bunch of them. Trust me. The ungodly do the same. Because that they, when they knew God, they glorified Him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. They weren't thankful that God sent Jesus down to die for their sins. They just weren't thankful. And they had a foolish heart. Now, when you have a foolish heart, you're a fool. Okay? If you got a foolish heart, it's a pretty good chance you're a fool. And because they did not thank God, God did one thing. He turned off the lights to their heart. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Well, I tell you what, we were born of a monkey. And that's how it all happened. You know, your great 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 grandpa was a monkey, a placebo that crawled out of the water and became human. That's what they say. Because they're wise. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into the image made like the corruptible man to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. What do they believe in? They're animal lovers. They worship animals. You hear people that, PETA or whatever, the ones that attack boats that go fishing. You have people that are tree huggers. Why? Well, he changed the glory. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like the corruptible man to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God gave them up. What did he do? He gave up. He just plain gave up. Wouldn't you hate God to give up on you? Just to give up? He gave up. And he gave up and gave them up to uncleanness, to the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. What are they going to do? Dishonor their own body. No honor in their body. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshipped and serviced the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. What do they worship? Do they worship the Messiah? No. Do they worship God? No. They worship the creature. We have to. And, we have endangered animals. Why? Well, because too many are dead. And guess what? It's been happening for thousands of years. Do you see a dinosaur outside that walks by in the neighborhood? No. Why? They died. The dinosaur died. You do not see, I know you see in Jurassic Park, but it's not true. It's a movie. The only movie that's true is The Matrix. Everybody knows that. All right, but all the other movies are lies. For this cause, God gave them up to vile affections. What did he do? He gave them vile affections. Vile affections. They were affectionate. They had love. For even their women did change the natural use unto that which is against nature. What did they do? They became lesbians. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is obscenely, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error which was met. Homosexuality. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Now, what's a reprobate mind? That means your mind's completely screwed up. You're a tree-hugging, animal lover. If you're a woman, lesbian. All right? Now, can a lesbian go to heaven? Can a homosexual go to heaven? I'm going to tell you this. There's going to be people in heaven that you swore up and down they'd never make it. And there's going to be people that are not going to be there that you could have swore and would have bet all your money and swore they were Christians. Did you know when you got saved at 5 years old and you actually asked Jesus Christ to save you, that you got saved? But later in life, you decided you didn't want to live for God, and you're a church member, and then all of a sudden, you decided, I don't want to be that. I don't want to believe, in God anymore. Well, it's too late. You're saved. You're a child of God. And so people tell me about reprobates. I know a guy. He was one, and he was a homosexual, and guess what? He was saved. He became a homosexual, and then he got married. He was still saved. Just because a man lives with a man doesn't mean he's not saved. If you're saved, you're saved. Whether God changed you over. A reprobate is somebody that has completely turned their back on God. That's what a reprobate is. Does that make sense? That means there's hope for everybody. But there is no hope if you're a reprobate. Who knows? Do I know? Do I look like God? No, I don't know who's in heaven. Don't ask me. I don't know. Well, my daddy was a drunk. I don't know if he went to heaven. Well, maybe he got saved at 5. I don't know. Do you understand that? There is hope. There is still hope. Even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, they didn't want to think about God. God gave them over to reprobate mind, to do those things which were inconvenient, being filled with all unrighteousness. Now here they are. Here's a reprobate mind.